Welcome, Gaveliers and friends, to the evaluation of Gavelier's Bangaf speech on Project 2, Organizing Your Speech. Gavelier's Bangaf did a fantastic job performing her speech in the video. She started with a really well and clear structure. She used a chronological structure to tell us her timeline from when she was a kid to where she is now. And as she talked about her 3 different hobbies that she'd taken up. And we listened and we get to hear how she talked about learning piano and how it ended, how she talked about writing and how it ended, and finally talk about basketball and how she almost ended it, but with the help of her friend and herself, she now continued to do it because of the value of having a hobby. She also used great transition words to keep everything tightly closed and flow very smoothly. And thus, when we listen to her presenting, we don't feel like there's anything out of place and everything flows together really nicely and you get to absorb every information. Not only that, her technique and her pause and her eye contact make us feel like we're connected to her. We relate to her story and we're absorbing her information as well. My points of improvement for Gavel now is that number one, the opening and the conclusion is yet to have a really strong impact to the audience. She used a good hook of have you ever not paying attention or not committing to a plan, but when you fully listen to the story, it may sound conclusive or it may sound like it's part of the story, but at the same time, it also sounds like it's still not entirely the right message to tell. And even though it's attract the audience, I suggest using a stronger hook or a different form of question to get straight to the point to talk about her hobbies and why is the value of it is important. And then using that same hook, once again, reapply that and bring it to the conclusion just to wrap everything up nicely and keep it so that the people remember it clearly. And finally, her last points of improvement is even though she have one strength and one good core message at the end, she could have reiterate the core message from her first 2 examples in a way that to make it show that it's not really a core message. For example, she told about her 2 failures at the beginning. She could then transform a core message into a struggle, as into a problem, as in to clearly wrap the end of each point as that I give up because why, I gave up because why, and at the end, I didn't give up because why. With a repeated message like that, it burns it into the audience's mind of what exactly the message is. And then once you repeat it at the end of the speech, that just add the extra impact of what the importance of the speech is. And thus, transform the core message so that you can say the core message again in a more impactful way will make it way more memorable for the audience. But all in all, as a Project 2, she did phenomenally. And I don't have a doubt that her future speech and her next speech are equally going to be well organized, well crafted, and also well presented.
And now it's time for you to start working on your speech of Project 2, Organize Your Speech. Remember to stick to the objectives we have discussed in the first video of Project 2, as well as the step to organize your speech in the second video. I know everybody can produce an absolutely amazing speech, and I'm looking forward to hear some of your speeches in the future.